All right, fine, I'll do it. Let's do a full-on trailer reaction to the Season 3 first look we've had for the Wheel of Time. I also thought it might be a good idea, after we've been sitting on Season 1 and 2 now for a little bit of time, to give some more like reflective thoughts of the series as a whole up until this point before we get into the actual trailer. Though if you want to skip to that, of course, chapter timecodes. I still maintain Season 1 overall was just a disappointment. It managed to lose one of the most important elements, in my opinion, of Robert Jordan's world building and specific framing of it, and that's kind of it feeling like this farm boy who's experienced almost nothing going out into a world that just feels so much bigger and epic than anything he could have ever imagined, despite living in this fantasy world. I mean, the Rand in the books we first get, like, has not slept with a woman, is not regularly doing that kind of stuff, and comes across way more like a teenage boy than what we've been given with Yosef Stradowski, who I maintain is like doing a good job of playing like a 20-year-old Rand. It's just that change of framing has had a significant impact on how the actual like world to me has been delivered as a viewer. And that's unfortunate because I think that was a smart choice from Robert Jordan. Yes, it's like the typical hero's journey starting in a farm village, but he did it right. There's nothing wrong with like what's tried and true. In the books, Rand is like surprised by the size of like small cities and large towns. And here we have our whole entire cast of characters seeing these great epic things, and there's just not the time taken or the framing as like from a writing perspective especially to make these elements feel as grand. And I think this also comes into the fact that this is way more Moiraine's story than it initially is in the books. The show has kind of actually made it like a co-pilot situation between Rand, Moiraine, and then like every side character, whereas that's not really a thing in the books until further on in the series. And because of that, that restraint to keeping it to Rand had the intended effect we talked about, where as we're spending just as much screen time with someone who's a full-blown Aes Sedai, and we're seeing like these wider, bigger world political machinations so much sooner, it just ends up kind of feeling more routine, despite this world really feeling like it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be as cold as it can come across at times, and like how some stuff that is gargantuan in terms of implications to the wider world can almost just feel like rote for the moment, and that's not being communicated well to us, the audience. I mean, I maintain a lot of the praises I've said in previous videos and most of the criticisms. That being said, Season 2 was an improvement. They absolutely delivered on some of like the psychological angles to the Shan-Chan, the brutality of what Egwene has to go through. It just got really fumbled towards the end, unfortunately. There was a ton actually realized from Robert Jordan's world building in Season 2, especially about cultures, that made me hopeful for something bigger and greater, but the writing angle is still where it managed to kind of fall apart. I just, especially with the Rand and the battle in the sky, how they handled that, the really kind of awful convergence of characters in an unjustified, in terms of time, way, convergence on this tower top, just does not feel well planned out or well structured, and with kind of everything hinging on it, how much distance was accomplished between the characters in the books. We have this just sanitized version of these characters with so much of dulled conflicts converging in a moment where it's just like, and now you beat the Thanos guy. Still, I have hope, not only because of, yes, I have seen this trailer once before, and it seems like they are touching on some of my favorite elements from the books in Season 3, but the cast has never been the problem, and there is an improvement in visuals and realizing Jordan's world that, if it continues, could yield great effect in Season 3, and I always just want to be hopeful that my favorite book series ever is done better, even if it's just in the later seasons. If I had to like give a quick number of the whole experience, it's still like sitting at a light 6 for me. If you average everything out, I know some people see me be like positive about an episode that did well, because especially Season 2 had some high highs, and then they like assume I'm loving the whole show. Some people do the exact inverse and assume it's hate it all. I'm mixed on it. I've stayed mixed on it. That's where I'm sitting. So without any further ado, let us jump on into it. All right, so kicking it off with the opening frame, we have the city constantly covered in a cloud despite being in a desert. Oh, mild spoiler warnings for Season 3 of The Wheel of Time, but I don't know, with how much they've been diverging from the book, how much that's actually going to be true. So you've been warned. There could possibly be a little bit of spoilers, maybe. I thought those were bodies in the ground for a second, but no. Those are rocks. And I like the spears, though I wonder how they've stayed vertical that long. I mean, are they really long spears? They weren't just put there. We know that for sure. That'd be a weird thing to do. I think that's just Rand and Moraine and Smail, and maybe Big Burly Couladin? Simon and Garfunkel. Followed by That Is Moraine after a Dunkin' Donuts run. I've been there. You can't stop at just one powdered donut. But no, this is her... Is that sand or snow? It's colored in a way where it could be either. With us already seeing the waist, it would be more sense for it to be sand, but maybe if it's during one of the visions, it could be snow. I'm not sure. Let's move on. The sand-snow mystery will have to wait and see. Big temple area with stained glass, nice statues, looking good enough VFX-wise. And judging from the clothing, is this... I'm not sure what culture this is. I don't know what cities they'll be visiting because... Gotta hand to the costuming department. They have not missed, especially with knowing like how much Robert Jordan gave the graphic novel artist crap for like getting zippers versus buttons wrong. It's just cool to see the dedication there. And this is just a shot that's like, hey, remember Rosamund Pike? She's kind of awesome, and she's in this. All right. How much time has passed since the buzz cut? That is, all right, well, God knows. We could be getting flash forwards, flashbacks, visions. Let's move on. Definitely don't know where those clothes come from, though it mildly looks like he's going to go laser tagging. I don't mean that as a criticism. It just does a little bit. Oh, that is an angry Lan. He's about to f*** someone up. Yeah, all right. And a scared
Leandrine
amongst, that's not Aiel. What is this? Abu Dar? No. Oh, I'm not sure. It's been so long since I read the books. Now, like the cultural clothing descriptions are not fresh in the head. Why are you putting a crown on? Why would the daughter heir, this is Elaine, the daughter heir of Andor, who we met in season 2. Why would she be putting a crown on in book? Is that just a tiara? Am I just so bad at naming women's jewelry that that's not a crown? No, that's a crown. And the way they're putting it on, that's dramatic like a crown. Facial expression looks serious, but it could be like playing mock serious in like a scene where she's messing around. And there's like a flashback with her brothers. I have absolutely no clue. That is weird.
Who knows how deep the Shadow's roots have taken hold here?
Deep the Shadow's roots have taken hold here. The Amerlin on her throne. Wait, that doesn't look like... No, that is the... Is that the... No, that's a red dress. Oh, and that's Lanfear. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not Elida. Kate Fleetwood. So that's Kate Fleetwood as Leandrin next to Lanfear. All right, that's definitely them. It looks like them. All right. We have Moraine in the waist, picking up the orb with her ring, and weaving spirit in... Oh, okay, yeah. All right. I'm just wondering if they started merchandising the epic fantasy show they bought. Okay, they are here, but there's only one color, and this does not look like it was made by... No, it's just custom base, and I don't want to sound mean to this company that does not look like... No, it's only $40. What do you expect? No change in color or anything? Guys, you bought an epic fantasy series for nerds who love buying nerdy merch. What? Because Amazon's too big, and this part of it can't talk to this part of it to get merch done. That is probably actually why. Ugh, I can't imagine they didn't get the merch rights.
I have seen
Thank you for actually putting different colored weaving in here. I still have no idea why that was not done in season 1, but you actually have like, okay, there's white, there's blue, maybe a little bit of yellow over here. There's color distinction, and we saw like Moraine weaving yellow before. And this is Egwene. Outer acceptance test, yes. Okay.
Thousand futures.
Moraine waking up in the waist? Was that Moraine's eye? Okay, am I going to be able to identify... Am I going to be able to identify this actress by their eye? Let's zoom in.
A few moments later.
Is that Moraine's eye?
A little longer than a few minutes later.
It could be anybody's. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, so we have a reunion with... Okay, that makes sense, because Egwene and Rand are going to go into the Aiel Waste. This looks like them in the Aiel Waste. Although, this looks like a comedy shot of like when two friends who weren't supposed to hook up hooked up. That's in the context is going to be different. We have Nynaeve in an acceptance dress. I wonder if they're going to do the sweat tints as described in the books. If so, they had a lot of actors sign off on nudity scenes. I like the carpet. Very cool. Oh, it's got snakes. Snake carpet. That's oh yay! Oh yes! All right, training with Rand and Lan. It should have been in season 2 for important reasons, but it wasn't. Put it in here. Have that scene. It's so important for the relationship between these two. I believe these actors will be able to perform it if you just have it as Robert Jordan wrote it. Can be one of the most memorable scenes from the show. I'm sad it doesn't seem to be on top of a tower, but I hope they also bring in the Dark One element that's present there. Oh, that'd be really cool if this is done right. Like this, the show has had good scenes from the book. This could be one of those, and I would love to see that.
In every future where I live.
Okay, is that just the waist? That waist looks good. Are we gonna do the full visions? I hope we do. That'd be a really awesome way to there's a full episode dedicated to the history of the Aiel culture. I would absolutely adore that. Please. I will be very disappointed if we don't. But I do like the costuming again for here. I like that we got another haircut. Yoster Sadowski, I assume that was fake hair before because he couldn't, well done on the fake hair. It didn't look fake to me. But he's looking different again. Moraine, Aiel, Wise One Tent, nice.
Lived.
I don't know what I can say about this without getting into spoilers. This is very important. I guess I can go ahead and just say this is the Avendesora. Don't Google it. It'll give away too much about what's going to possibly be occurring story-wise here. But it's supposed to be immensely visually striking in this fog like this. I pretty much like this realization of it. It has those ancient vibes with those kind of gnarled branches, though it's still beautiful. Yeah, this is cool. I like this, although those aren't two cloaked figures. Those are two pillars. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, pillars. Once they panned down, that became clear. Rand, spoiler warning, but this seems to be like the visions in book
4
will likely be a thing with the atmosphere around him that does kind of look like he's being transported. I could be wrong.
And dies.
Yes, definitely the visions. Okay, yeah, we're for sure going full visions. And interesting creative choice. We're just going to have the actor, I assume, with the sword being next to him. I'm sure about that because that's significant with the swords and the everything. I'm assuming we're going to have the actor play out the scene and not be obnoxiously jumping to like some person they did to try and embody Rand being this person. So I like that. All good decisions. I hope this plot line comes through well. The Aiel look badass. I dig it.
And the only way he lived.
More land fear? Or is that a shot from season 2? No, that's new haircut, Yosha. So yeah, he's got the longer hair. This is season 3. Yes, more land fear. She's been the best antagonist they've gotten so far. More her, more screen time, and that's justified from the book in the story too. Well, good. Oh, okay. You know how, okay, in the books, if you haven't read them, you're not going to remember this by the time you start reading them, so it's fine. Nynaeve has an intense rivalry with a character named Moghedien, and I hope they give that like a good amount of time when it's appropriate for the show. But I like the idea of making like more personal hatreds and dynamics between the Forsaken and characters like Moraine. It's a change I think could actually put something in, lend to it a tiddly bit, because one of the criticisms I do have of the book is at times the Forsaken just seem, one, wildly incompetent and a bit disconnected from what's going on with everything. I mean, one of them is literally just kind of absent for the book until the end, the series until the end. So this I'm cool with. If they're adding in some stuff where it's Moraine and Lanfear having some more like personal hatred towards each other, because that could make where their story, without getting into spoilers, eventually goes, hit all the harder. Oh, damn. She's choking her twice. All right. Oh, what was that? That's Lanfear again, and that's a lot of digital blood. No, that's not. Is that digital? Yeah, look how it's falling. I'm pretty sure that's digital. Man, I'm saying that confidently. I don't know for sure. Lanfear, once again, messing with Moraine. I think this is going to be the World of Dreams, though. Look at it. It's definitely the World of Dreams because the street's completely empty. And yeah, this is going to be conflicts in the dream. Oh, we're getting more of the dream world then. Please do that, right? I don't know. Okay, so in the Wheel of Time, there's a World of Dreams, and it's a cool world building thing. It's like nothing plot-wise, I won't say, but in terms of like a place you can go to, you can die there. In your sleep, if you choose to go to Tel Riyadh or the World of Dreams and you get hurt, it will come with you in the waking world. Not always like one-to-one, but there's weird effects there. And so this happening to Moraine, she could need to be healed when she wakes up. That is bad. Also, it is a place where you can be more powerful than someone with the one power, because changing things in the dream world is based off of like your willpower. It's a will check, not a magic spell slot. And so if like someone's trying to channel at you, you can just be like, no, because you're kind of like God. Everyone turns a little bit of Dr. Manhattan. It's just about refining that skill. So this is cool. It does not mean Moraine's going to... Spoilers. They're not just going to show us Moraine actually dying in the fucking trailer. But yeah. All right. Cool. I feel like I'm getting more into it and more into Wheel of Time as I watch it, because I love this series so much, and I want this show to really work.
Because if I don't...
Oh, wait. What is she saying? I've been pausing too much.
He dies. And the only way he lives is if I don't.
Okay, yeah, all right, there's just kind of this. I would even say this trailer is spoiling a bit much, but you cannot pin that on me. And I like all these three, so them being in a combat, nice. Is that just fire or spirit? What is... I think they're using like a mixture of... Yeah, there's some green in there, so I think green would be what they're using for earth. Interesting, I'm not sure. But those need to be touched up on the digital effect level. That's not... Look at that. That's... Come on. Do better than that. Ooh, a lot of fire coming off there. All right. But nothing burning. Are they just... I hope they're not just using this color as kind of random. No, they're not. Oh, is that going to be shadow? Wait, look at that face in the mirror. They put a face in the mirror. What is that? It's a little scared face. All right. And what's that thing that's rotating slightly? Oh, there's a demon or something on this bed here. And Rand is channeling at it. And he's blowing it up. Oh, is that a mirror creation coming at him? I really hope they're not changing the mirror scene to be something different. What could this be that would shatter like that, though? Okay, after looking a little bit closer at this and seeing that the mirror in the background is shattering, I'm pretty sure this is the mirror scene, because that breaking causes this figure to shatter. But at the same time, makes me a little bit nervous, because this is a incredibly important scene for Rand's character. I even spoke about it at my Wheel of Time panel in Dragonsteel Nexus. Like, Robert Jordan gets a lot of crap for being overly descriptive. But in scenes like this, his descriptiveness is one of his prime strengths, because this becomes like a visual metaphor on the page for Rand's mental state at this time in the story. And if it's not handled meticulously right, to be that him amongst a shattered mirror soaked in blood moment that is like defining for like how much he's changed from book 1 to book 4. Or wait, is it book 4 it takes place in? I think so. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just a bit nervous about it. That's our first look at Galad. Is that the Galad actor? I think so. Yep. If you read the books, yep. Galad. Got it. Oh, but is there any way this is actually going to be the Matt scene that we all are furious that was not actually done, because they had every excuse to do it in the show in season 2? I hope so. Donald Flynn is truly going to own the character of Matt, which he did like a good enough job of in season 2. This is something that can be like a really big pivotal moment for his interpretation. So do this, do it funny, do it right, do it intensely. I believe in, please. More land training. I'm assuming that's going to be from the Rand segment. We have... Does that person have a metal hand? Oh, no, it's a leather glove. Someone smithing, although that's not Perrin. So something smithing related there. We have Min looking killer. And that's... Is that an ibex?
No, it was not.
And then Matt... That's an I'm staring at the dagger face if I've ever seen one. That's someone who's looking at the dagger. So I'm putting my money down. That's my lock of the season. That's what this shot's about. Also do the thing with him falling off the bridge. I will not say anything more specific than that, but the scene he falls off a bridge and lives, put that in. Put that in, and you better put that one guy he runs into in again too. And their relationship is key. Do it.
Do it.
More evil people stuff. More sex. Again, the whole they were young, innocent kids when they left the farm is just, nope. Although, that's going to be Fail. Okay. So they really did just fridge his wife for him to get over it and then do the romance. All right. For those of you who don't know, in season 1 where he has like a wife, not in the books, they just introduced that character, I guess, to have a woman to kill and set off some emotional stuff. And I guess they're going to try and tie in him not being over that to being a conflict in this romance, which just feels wildly unnecessary to add to Perrin's character, but okay. Egwene, Rand, and the visions. Ooh. What? Oh, that's his dead mom. Ooh. Oh. Oh, okay. So we're getting Black Aja exposed. That's okay, cool. Because this is an open fight in Tar Valon, possibly in Tel Riyadh, because there's no one in the background. I should maybe more of that. Maybe that from the earlier scene where them going, that was that too. Okay, cool. And Perrin going full Perrin from when he starts getting into the action and violence. Okay, cool. I hope, Marcus Rutherford, bring it for that. Where's that armor from? Interesting. He's using the axe. Okay. Is this? Oh, is this the battle for... It does look like it in the background. Okay, this is the battle for... I'm just going to say it, so I gave you the warning. Battle for Emond's Field, the Two Rivers. He's going back. He's going to be fighting. I think so. So one of her warders are going to die. That's what that face is for. We have the Forsaken gathered. Okay, cool. I'll take the Forsaken being gathered. And who's crawling away from them? That is Rand. Okay. Rand with the Forsaken. They're going to be messing with his dreams. Oh, wait, no, that's not Rand. That's too skinny of a person. Who is that? Not sure. This is going to be a rough night for whoever that is. Correction. After talking with Matt Hatch about this trailer, finally, he pointed out to me that if you zoom in, this is actually like the Emond's Field cast and friends. And this is probably one of Moraine's visions into the future. So that fits with a lot of the vision talk we've been doing for this season. I also want to say at this point, Matt also pointed out something I didn't know, despite being the fantasy news guy. Season 4 hasn't been greenlit yet. So I guess they're waiting to see season 3's numbers decide what to do. I don't know where that'll lead, one way or the other, though I'm mildly impressed by the number of views season 3 trailer has gotten. Over 6.5 million is not bad. So that is still up in the air, and we'll see how that plays out.
You cannot afford to fail again.
Okay, yep, okay. We've already established this is going to be happening. This is like straight out of the books. Cool. I don't think he carried her out. Did he? No. Oh, but Matt isn't with them. He's not going to be in the Waste, and instead he's going to be back in Tar Valon doing what he should have been doing in season 2 because it happened in the... Okay, so, all right. They're trying to readjust characters where they don't necessarily absolutely need to be to make up for stuff that they missed doing in the first 2 seasons. And I can at least say, yeah, if you did miss doing that stuff, get it done because it's crucial for character development and stuff later on. And I guess pulling Matt here would be the right call for that. Oh, that's tough. Why just don't put yourself in that situation in the first place? Any more bonus shots? Nope. All right. Yeah, I'm hopeful for season 3. I want it to continue on the upward trajectory it's been on. I think the most important thing is like I going into season 1, I was optimistic and trying to like justify a lot of decisions early on to be like, oh, don't like totally jump ship yet because, you know, they're trying to make up for COVID and losing an actor and maybe things will pay off in a way that we can't see coming. Season 2, I think they did a bit of course correction, but also showed us a lot of the stuff in season 1 didn't pay off in the ways that I was hoping to see. With course correction seeming to be a bigger part of season 3, maybe we could get back on track by the time a season 4 comes around, or even by the end of season 3. I think the big thing here is we have had 2 finales for seasons that have left, from what I've seen, book fans and not book fans kind of going like, especially the ending of season 2. The ending of season 1 as well was just like, why did you do it that way? Although I think that can be attributed largely to COVID. And so for season 3, the big thing is land that ending. The ending of the book you're most pulling from, especially for Rand, does have an awesome climax. Do it. And also if you're able to convey like the world of dreams in a way that it feels as enticing and new for television as it really could. I mean, there's been dream stuff on TV, but how Tel Riyadh was done by Robert Jordan is really different. I think that could be a big win for the show. And please, for the love of God, this is a long shot. I don't actually think can get done more episodes per season. Because I hear people who are saying like, no, sorry for the bump. It's just like a writing problem or whatever. And like, yeah, there are writing problems as well. But like before we can solve all that other stuff, in my opinion, to adapt the fattest fucking books. I mean, Robert Jordan had to repeatedly be told to split books in two because they were just too big. 8 to 10, even I would even say like 12 episodes is not enough. You got to crank that up. I would be okay with weaker VFX, less money spent there. These plot lines to work on like a flat level just need more time to breathe. So that's my long shot prayer. But overall, I hope we continue to see course correction, things improve. Like and subscribe if you have not already. Hit the Patreon if you want to support what I do here. And have a good one, y'all. Peace.